Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to another episode of Planetary Reviews, and we are here to talk about the next movie in the MCU lineup, and that is The Incredible Hulk. Was this movie able to do as good as Iron Man? Well, let's talk about it. First thing I gotta say is Edward Norton as Bruce Banner was a great casting choice, because he did a very good job of portraying a man who was very troubled, suffering a lot with this curse or gift, as some people might think, that he has inside him when he gets angry to become the Incredible Hulk. And we really see that throughout this entire film. We get to see just how well Norton does with portraying the character very well. You really do want to help him. You really do want him to succeed, and that is mostly due to the fact that Edward Norton's performance was very well done. And also, there are also many great performances in this movie. For example, Liv Tyler as Betty Ross, great job. She did an awesome performance in this movie. She was strong in this movie. She stood up against her father, which was played by William Hurt as General Ross. They had a great connection with each other, where you could really tell that she looked at General Ross and kept saying, like, no, I want to help Bruce. Stop trying to use him as a lab rat. Stop trying to capture him like he's an animal. Very good little conflict they had going on there. And her connection with Bruce Banner was fantastic. Awesome romance between them. It was very well developed. You cared about this relationship, and you can tell in every scene they were in, they really had this beautiful chemistry. I really enjoyed their performances when they were acting with each other. Very awesome, great scenes with each other, and I just believed this relationship throughout the entire film. Awesome job on her part. And also Tim Roth as the Abomination was very cool. I liked his performance. You could tell he was just like this badass soldier in the beginning, big veteran type of guy. Then he started getting that super soldier serum that created the Hulk. Well, originally it was made to create Captain America, but then, as we know, bad things happened and the Hulk was created, and now we have the Abomination. And as he got this more power, he was just becoming more monstrous, more addicted to it. He wanted to fight, and I like that. Tim Roth's performance in this movie was a great job. He really did play a great villain, and I loved him every time he was on screen, especially during that awesome fight scene in the college where we finally get to see the Hulk transform and see him go nuts for a little bit. That was a fantastic scene for both the Hulk and Tim Roth, because he had a lot of guts in this one scene where at the end he just walks up to the Hulk and is like, is that all you got? Come on. And then all Hulk does is kick him, but there was just a lot of build up in that scene, because before he just kicked him, he was flipping around. They were showing just how much Tim Roth's character had evolved, and just how much this chemical that was inside him was really able to boost up his power. Granted, not as much as the Hulk yet, but we got to see a little taste of what he can do, and it was a great scene, because we also got to see the Hulk after all the suspense they were building. This movie surprisingly had a lot of suspense. All the way from the beginning, you did not see the Hulk throughout this entire film for the first like quarter of this movie, when they were still in South America. You did not see the Hulk. They had him very covered. They had him in darkness. They were really building up that suspense, which was really cool. I liked that a lot, because it made me really want to see the Hulk. It made me want it. So when I did see the Hulk in action, it felt great. Boom, they nailed it right there, and I just love that scene in the college when he transforms, blows out, and just attacks everything. Awesome scene in this movie. I loved it. It was awesome. Another thing is the action scenes in this movie were not like jumbled messes. They were not shaky cam. They were very easy to tell what was going on, and very brilliantly done. A lot of intense scenes, a lot of crazy action, and you were just like, yeah, I want to see the Hulk out and go crazy. Awesome action in this movie, top notch. Another thing I gotta say is that in the beginning of the movie, when he is still in South America, hiding out from the government, there's a surprisingly great chase scene on foot where all these soldiers are trying to capture Bruce Banner, and they really did a great job at making this chase scene look fluid and natural and just great. A lot of intensity with the music in the background. Great scene. I loved it. Awesome. Another thing, the design of the Hulk, I gotta say, was fantastic. Awesome job. When he hulked out, It was gigantic, he was big, he was intimidating. I love this design of the Hulk. I wish we could have held this design for him throughout the entire MCU, but I'm fine with the way they have him now. But I gotta say, this was my favorite version of the Hulk I've ever seen. Huge, just a monster, a tower in front of you. I wish they would have kept this design, but you know what? I understand they wanted to go with the more comic book route, which is why in the Avengers, when Mark Ruffalo took over, he looks like that, which is fine. I have no problem. He's still cool, but I just gotta really say how much I love the design of this Hulk in this film. And also, I gotta talk about the way they did the origin in this movie. The origin in this movie was not thrown in your face. They wanted to get through that really quickly and get straight to this movie's plot. And they did it through a really cool flashback right in the beginning. They show you a little flashback, everything that happened, how he got his powers, the tragedy that happened after he got all this gamma radiation put into him. Very quick, but also very easy to understand what happened and jump right into this movie right from the get-go. So great job on that instead of just going to another superhero origin story. So gotta commend them for that great job. We got straight into the movie after that. Awesome. And also, the story in this movie was simple but compelling. The simplicity of this movie is what I gotta commend it for. You don't have to worry about knowing so much lore about the Incredible Hulk, about all of his powers, everything he can do, his background. No, if you have never read a Hulk comic book, you can go into this movie, see that origin story flashback in the beginning, and then continue on and be like, I understand everything. This makes sense, easy to follow, but it was also compelling with the romance between Bruce Banner and Betty Ross. Very good. In my opinion, you will be stuck onto this movie like glue the entire time. I did not find a single moment where I did not care about what was happening on screen, and that is always a very important thing to have in a movie like this. The next thing I want to say is that the climax of this movie was absolutely perfect. I loved it when the Abomination and Hulk were throwing down, going all over Harlem, destroying everything. It was great, but the part that really nailed it for me was when they were on the rooftop and he was trying to save Betty while fighting the Hulk, while fighting the Abomination, sorry. And that scene just had so much emotion, so much feeling. I loved it. I could always watch that and be 100% into this because of all the emotion you feel with the Hulk trying to protect Betty Ross. And also, the first time you hear the Hulk say, Hulk smash, was awesome. I still get goosebumps until this very day. Every time I see that scene, it felt cool seeing that and hearing that for the first time. It was great. And there were just a lot of great shots. There were some shots during that fight where I was like, wow, this is really well done. I can't believe this. This really feels like an actual important fight and not just a CGI fest, even though there was a lot of CGI. They just had so many good shots where the Hulk had the Abomination pinned down on a wall, and they had a great shot underneath them, and they're just yelling at each other, and the Abomination is pushing them, and then right at the end, when he's about to kill the Abomination, he doesn't, because Betty's like, that's not you, gives him a look, and they're just like, no. He's like, I'm not going to do this, runs away, and then we have the awesome after credit scene that also starts off some more of the build-up towards the Avengers when Tony Stark goes up to General Ross and is like, we're trying to build a team. Boom, you know what team that is. But guys, I love The Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk is a great film. I'm not trying to be a Marvel fanboy right now. I really did sit down and just try to figure out there was really something I did not like about The Incredible Hulk, and I really could not find one. There was nothing. I tried, guys. I was sitting there really thinking and pondering what I did not like about The Incredible Hulk. And guys, I couldn't find one. This is one of my favorite Phase 1 Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. So, at the end of the day, The Incredible Hulk gets a solid A+ from me, guys. These first two films are fantastic for the MCU. I love these two movies. Iron Man and The Incredible Hulk during Phase 1. Great build-up. I love them, guys. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching this review. I'm glad that you guys have been watching. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the videos. But I decided to take a break on Transformers this week because I just wanted to save some cash, and I didn't feel like going to see that. I mean, after a while, they're all just the same. I will be continuing on watching more new movies as time goes on. Next week, my next movie is going to be Baby Driver. I'm very excited to see that with the cars and the drifts and everything. I love all that kind of stuff. I love chases in car chases. They're all great. I love that kind of stuff. I'm a huge car guy, so I'm very excited to see that film. Then after that, we have my boy Spider-Man Homecoming, coming out July 7th. Very, very pumped for that movie. So looking forward to that. Next game review is going to be Crash Bandicoot trilogy. So, as always, guys, have a great day, and thank you so much for watching.